Koopa? This is not the end for us.
The blood of Monkey would never die. What? Show me some real challenges! Look, doppelganger.
I am the constellation of fear.
Never ever try to fool me!
That was a second.
The weak crumble beneath my strength.
You've got a fluffy friend in me! What?
Drop your weapon and...
Need a helping hand? A guy's on the way! Need a helping hand? A guy's on the way!
Don't move! I'm aiming my spears at you!
What?
Not knowing oneself, that's the worst.
It is a blessing to bloom and to wither.
Time to teach you guys a lesson!
My hands are made for fighting!
Let's see who has the last laugh.
The weak crumble beneath my strength.
sure justice is served today.
You got a fluffy.
The new world is dawning. The weak crumble beneath my strength.
Hence, I'm ready for fighting. My aim is impeccable.
I was made for destruction.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. The wind of listening.
My dark bite.
The weak crumble beneath my strength.
I'm in charge here.
In the world of Kung Fu, speed defines the winner.
I don't mind getting my hands dirty.
I am the chosen one.
I'll be the beacon that guides Necrokeep through the dark.
This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. The treatment is free.
Move, don't move. I'm aiming my spears at you.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
I'm running out of games to play.
The wind takes me.
Ready for next command. Mission confirmed.
And up.
This is not the end for us.
I believe in resurrection. Tranquilize. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to
Aiming my
stay.
spears at you. For one day, Necrokeep will bathe the daylight. For one day, Necrokeep will bathe the daylight.
not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to. This is not an appropriate place to. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
The weak crumble beneath my strength.
This is not the end for us.
This is not an appropriate place to stand. This is not an appropriate place to stand. This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate place to stand.
Do you want to be my Shikigami?
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Level up. It would never die.
Is there any?
I'll be the beacon that guides Necrokeep through the dark.
A new world is dawning.
It is a blessing to bloom and to wither.
This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
Never settle for being second.
Take this! This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place. This is not an appropriate. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to. This is not an appropriate place to stay.
The time is now.
One shot. What?
Show me some real challenges.
What? This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
That was a 7 second.
Whisper will not fall.
This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This hide my robe.
Blind confidence will get you nowhere.
My watch won't stop.
This is not an appropriate place to. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
That was a breeze.
I'll be the beacon that guides Necrokeep through the dark.
Lusty you I always remember my enemies.
I could have. That breeze. Hide my robe. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
That was a breeze.
Our game isn't over.
They need some hammering. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer. This is not an appropriate place to stay any longer.
The wind takes me. That was a breeze.